All right. So, as you guys know, right, Adin Ross got unbanned on Twitch like 2 days ago. Right? Now, some of you guys might be wondering, yo, Myron, why are you covering this? Right? Well, there's a few reasons why. Right? Love him or hate him, it's irrefutable that the current generation of streamers that you guys have now, who I have been critical of, I'm going to be honest with y'all. The current generation of streamers that you guys see now, all of them, all the biggest ones, looked up to Adin, okay? The current streamer culture that we have now, all of them copy or emulate Adin to some degree, okay? Adin took a concept and made it huge. All right, matter of fact, so I can better illustrate this for you guys, I'm going to go to my guy Sneeko's page, because Sneeko did a really good video on this. And if you guys aren't following Sneeko on X, you guys need to follow him on X. Bro's making great content. And I think the name of the video is Twitch is... This sums it up perfectly when it talks about what Adin did for Twitch. And we're going to get into why this is super, super important. Oh, hold on, it's unmuted. Sorry, chat.
Arm too far unless... It's the website where you get banned if you extend your arm too far unless you're black like Kevin Hart. Where you can call for the assassination of a U.S. senator if you do the humiliation ritual. And can wish PTSD on American soldiers if you're a fat industry plant. This website is unfortunately the main source of live streaming. What started as Justin.tv was sold to Amazon in 2014 for $1 billion. It became the place where people block traffic at a convention center dressed in cat ears convene online. Like if Portland, Oregon was a website. Autistic white people, before they knew what autism was. Normal people didn't and still don't know that there's an audience of people that watch an animated mouse play Fortnite for hours. Anyway, fast forward a couple years.
Twitch really...
A 30-year-old man with red hair who's flossing on Jimmy Fallon. Normal people are like, why is there a 30-year-old man with red hair flossing on Jimmy Fallon? And suddenly out of nowhere, this Jewish kid pops up and changes streaming forever. He's playing 2K and LeBron James calls him up. The biggest rappers are pulling up to freestyle. This kid is making more money than the celebrities coming on his stream. He's bringing on cute girls to flirt. He's joking late night with his friends. He's doing what regular people do. Suddenly, Twitch isn't autistic and gender fluid anymore. Suddenly, Twitch is mainstream. Then naturally, this kid starts maturing and learning about the world. How politics and fake morality extend far beyond just the government. How the entertainment industry is held together by fake friendships. To make it on Twitch, you gotta fake it. On Twitch, you could say America deserved 9/11 if you put on a dress, but if you say there are only two genders, you'll get banned for unmoderated chat.
And this is very important, right? So, as much as you guys are critical of Adin Ross, I know some of you guys in here don't like him. Hell, I've been critical of him. I've had my grievances with him as well, right? But I've done a decent amount of speaking with him behind the scenes, and I'm, very relieved to say, I don't hate the guy. I like him. I think he's a good dude. I think he's fairly misunderstood, and he had bad people around him for a while, right? And it's difficult when you're in your 20s to get the proper guidance when you're making that kind of money, right? Now, here's the thing that I want to bring more attention to. So, Adin did these things, said, he started to make more conservative comments, right? Conservative type comments. There's two genders, right? He started talking about political stuff. He started to bring Andrew Tate on the platform, right? As you guys know, Andrew Tate is, very controversial, had a lot of conservative talking points. He's had Nick Fuentes on his kick streams, Sneeko, myself, etc. Basically, when Adin, first he got banned, right? He got banned for having a conservative viewpoint. And while he was banned, he built up the app Kick, and he did collabs with people that are more on the right, right? He was doing it with Andrew Tate first, and then he got banned. Then he started to go even more into the red pill and the right wing, etc., and bringing these guests on, right? So what ended up happening was this guy who was majorly influential in this streamer community brought in voices and exposed young men to conservative talking points. That makes sense, chat? I'm gonna say that again for y'all because this is really important. This is really, really important. Adin started and innovated the current streaming that you see now, that FaZe and all these guys are emulating on Twitch, right? He gets banned off Twitch. While banned off Twitch, and right before he did get banned, he started to make a shift to the conservative right, started talking about more political and social issues. That's a big no-no for Twitch, okay? Because I've said it before and I'll say it again. You cannot be a right-wing influencer or political commentator and exist on Twitch. They will get rid of you. And I think Twitch kind of saw the writing on the wall when he started bringing Andrew Tate on, that this guy's going to continue to bring on controversial right-wing guests on his stream, right? Because if you guys think about it, I don't think anyone else on Twitch platformed Andrew Tate except for Adin Ross. I really don't think anyone else did. So I think that's what put him on the chopping block. And then once he said, hey, there's two genders, right? I think that was the final straw. And then they needed an excuse to ban him. So what did they do? They banned him for having the chat going crazy on the side, which is a ridiculous thing to ban somebody for, as Sneeko just explained to you guys. Because we got guys like Hassan Abi saying, oh, right? Or saying, calling for the killing of a senator, but he only gets banned for 24 hours. Meanwhile, Adin gets banned permanently for 2 years because he had an unmoderated chat. But what people don't understand is that it's not the unmoderated chat that got him banned. It was him platforming conservative individuals and Twitch not liking where his content was going. Do you guys understand now? This is very fucking important, and I want you guys to understand this. Very important. This is less about Adin, but rather what his influence and platforming right-wing creators did. Adin's growth and maturity is starting to align with more conservative worldviews by platforming people like Andrew Tate, etc., was a fire that Twitch needed to put out immediately. So when they got the opportunity, they got rid of him. Okay? And while Adin was down, right, and he was on Kick and everything else like that, he did even more collaborations with right-wing guys. Sneeko, myself, more stuff with Andrew Tate, right? He brought Nick Fuentes on to do a debate against Dean Withers. So that's the real reason he got banned. And the reason why I say this is problematic, or why this is not good, but I'm glad that he's back. I'm really glad he's back. Because I'm going to talk about what this represents. He gets unbanned. And when he gets unbanned, some of the biggest Twitch streamers are over here like, just don't do the white supremacist stuff anymore, or, don't be unhinged, or don't do X, Y, Z, right? And you can tell with some of them, they're happy for him, but others of them are not happy that he's back, right? And this goes to show the toxic environment that we have at Twitch, where on face value, a lot of these dudes are saying, oh yeah, I'm glad Adin's back. But let's be honest here. A lot of them weren't saying shit when he was banned. They didn't support him when he was banned. They ignored him. Now that he's back on, people want to go ahead and say, oh yeah. You know what I mean? But when he was banned on banned on Twitch, these nowhere to be found. Me and Sneeko stuck by him. Hey man, don't worry about it, bro, whatever. But these other hit him, right? So, and that's why, Adin ended up coming up on our stream. Like, he felt really bad the first time when he came in and he lost that money and he kind of was like being pouty. He felt really bad, and he hit me up. He was like, bro, I'm sorry for that, man. I'm going to make it right. And he did. He did. He came back the next week, and he did make it right. So enormous amount of respect for him, because you guys know, Adin can be flaky at times. But for us, he made it right. And he's earned a tremendous amount of respect for me for that. But I think outside of my personal viewpoints, right, if you look at this situation and analyze it from a more complex angle, this banning 2 years ago was a message, not just to him, but to anyone that's on Twitch. If you platform and or you have conservative talking points that we don't like, we reserve the right to find any bullshit excuse to get rid of you, and that's the bigger problem. And the fact they did it to Adin Ross was to set an example. Look, even this guy who built this, who increased our user base significantly during the pandemic, even this guy that revolutionized an entire genre of streaming that led the way for Kai Cenat and Speed and all these other guys to excel, he's not impervious to our censorship. I'll say that again. Even the guy that's responsible for our growth and pioneering an entirely new streaming genre, even that guy is not impervious to our censorship. You better get in line. And when Adin got banned, there was a chilling effect. Every single big streamer on Twitch stopped talking politics, unless they were already talking about it like Hassan. A couple of guys on FaZe started to get demonetized and get less ad revenue when they started to talk about politics. This guy, I think his name is Phantom, he was just simply praising God on Twitch. And he was getting warnings from Twitch that he needs to stop that shit. So this isn't just a political thing. This is a attack on conservatism in general. Not just from a political angle, but also from a religious angle as well. Right? And then when you look at some of the top streamers on Twitch, it makes sense. Bunch of dumb idiots that don't really have skill sets, mind rot content. Think of it as like TikTok, but, you know, through a long form stream. So on the surface, it's like, oh, Adin got unbanned, great. But I'm explaining to you guys why he got banned in the first place and why that sends a way bigger message that a lot of people aren't noticing when it comes to Twitch.